What is up, everyone? My name is Chris and Fanzone. You are listening to the Hidden Doors podcast, and today we're going to be reviewing an article by the Harvard Business Review. It's called How to Figure Out What You Want to Do Next in Your Career by Ann Hyatt. Don't forget, at the end of this video, we do a word of the day, so don't forget to stay till the end so you can build your vocabulary. And if you like what you hear, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a thumbs up on this video so you can stay up to date on all things coming down in the future here on this channel. And I appreciate you doing that, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so we have a Harvard Business Review article written by Ann Hyatt. It's called How to Figure Out What You Want Next in Your Career. And Ann Hyatt is an executive leadership consultant, speaker, author, and angel investor. She's a Silicon Valley veteran with 15 years experience as the right hand to Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, Marissa Mayer, who's a former CEO of Yahoo, and Eric Schmidt, former CEO and executive chairman at Google and Alphabet. Her first book, Bet on Yourself, was published by HarperCollins in 2021. All right, so Ann Hyatt, she knows what she's talking about. Maybe she knows more than I, more than me and you. So let's hear what she has to say. So this whole article is prefaced around a couple things. One is, we may feel, with this pandemic, we may feel like we're overwhelmed and stressed, and we want to get into our comfort zones. And when we get into our comfort zones, we try to control everything, and we try to limit the challenges in our life. I think the whole preface is that we're not challenging ourselves, and that actually hurts us more than it does. There's an exact quote. It's to regain purpose and control. We need to make a 180 and turn and seek meaningful challenges that will pull us forward. And I mean, this is something that I always talk about. It's challenge yourself constantly. You'll continue to learn and grow. And as you grow and learn, you'll feel better about yourself. For those who aren't doing that, you're just going to keep in your head, it's going to like snowball. It's going to keep haunting you. I could have done this, I could have done that, but I'm scared. I don't want to take the first step. As opposed to just take that first step, challenge yourself. Who cares? You will learn and you will grow. So find meaningful challenges. And then on the other side of it is, well, what should I do in my career? Because there are a lot of people who put in the same exact circumstance. One person might burn out, the other person may excel. And let's say there are many factors, but one of the factors in this article, the main factor in this article, is talking about, does the career align with your values and the things that you actually want to go after? So are you aligning the career with your values and your long-term position in life and how you want to grow? And for someone who is in alignment with that, you can work 80 hours a week and maybe you would do fine. Maybe you would feel challenged and you'd still feel energized to wake up early and go kick butt. For someone who is not, who hates what they do, maybe they get burned out in 40 hours a week. But all things being equal, someone who is value aligned, someone who's not, this article says the person who's not is going to be burned out. And so for now, people who are looking for their next career move, what do you look for? And what it boils down to in this article is doing a value scorecard. You put down, ask yourself some key questions that align with your values, and you put this down on a scorecard. And so there's three main sections that Anne talks about, and they are purpose, people, and pace. Purpose, people, and pace. So within purpose, feel like purpose comes up a lot, no matter what you're talking about, because it's probably the most important thing. If you don't know what the purpose is, or your purpose, or what you desire or really want, and you don't go after those things, whether you're setting goals or you're looking for the next career move, you need to have this stuff figured out. And so the questions, some of the questions that help get you thinking here, you can ask yourself, which causes capture your attention and call you to action? How do you want to spend your time, money, and influence in service of your core values? What actions, expertise, and contributions make up your ideal legacy? A shortcut. So a shortcut in this to uncovering what your purpose is you can try to recall the last time that you ended a long day feeling energized or proud about yourself. That's one of the tips that Anne talks about if you're having trouble finding your purpose. And she goes on to mention, the most miserable people that I know are those who design a career for their family, society, or social pressures telling them what is sorry, I read that wrong. The most miserable people I know are those who design a career for what their family, society, or social pressures tell them is ideal and prestigious. The happiest and most successful people I know are honest and aligned with what they feel called to do and at their ideal pace and scale. So, figure out your purpose. Figuring out your purpose can sometimes take time. Maybe you don't know what your purpose is, and your purpose changes. In your 20s, your purpose may be different than your 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s. Your purpose is going to change. I think the important thing here is, for me, is ask these questions that are in the article. Yes. To make time. People I speak to that really think about this, they make time to think. Thinking is probably one of the most valuable things human beings can do. And sometimes we're so busy with the stuff that we do to just have time to sit down and think. And if you're having trouble thinking, a great exercise is just to write. Writing forces you to think. It forces you to just like dig into that big, beautiful brain of yours and figure out what it is that you want to do. And so writing is a really good exercise that I like to do. And so you write down the stuff. You put down the scorecard, write, think, and follow your intuition. Gravitate towards things that you naturally are going to want to do, naturally you're skilled at, and you will feel more whole when you find a career, or maybe you want to open that business or whatever it is you want to do, but something within that scope of, wow, these are the things that I want to do. These are my desires and purpose in life. Okay, the second thing is people. Surround yourself by good people. These are mentors, these are coworkers, and everyone has different types of people they want to surround themselves with, but it's so important because these people are going to motivate you. They're going to inspire you. They're going to coach you. You're going to learn from them. They're going to make you want to be where you want to be. And so some of the questions that you can ask yourself are, what circle of people embody your ideals for ambition, balance, expertise, and priorities? That's 1. 2, what are the names of leaders in your company, community, and the world who have the skills and reputation you hope to develop? What mentors and sponsors do you need in place to create accountability and opportunities? So find those people. Third thing is pace. So this really talks about like time frames. Do you want to like if you were setting a deadline for a goal, I want to be here by X date. Pick a career that's going to get you into the position you want to be at the right time. You don't have to be super overly aggressive. Try to be reasonable with yourself, but pace is something that is important to be talked about. Some of the questions that you can ask are, How frequently do you want to be expected to up level your skills and expertise during this phase of your career? What is your ideal timeline for progression? Are you in a sprint or marathon stage of your career? What role do you want to play in making changes and contributions? Do you want to lead from the front or play a supportive role? So you got to figure out your pace. So I'm taking another quote here. Is like, consider if your current environment is in alignment with these answers. Do you long for adventure and pressure of an early stage startup or an established progression and routine of a legacy company? Two different things. That's a very common decision. Startup, where it's fast paced, more room for growth. Probably I'm going to do more work, probably harder work, more hours. You probably have more opportunity to work on different types of tasks or projects or work that you wouldn't have done in a bigger corporation that's more established. Probably a little bit less room for growth. Probably your hours are not as crazy, but you're probably focused on one project. So it's like, and maybe you get paid less. Startups are usually get paid higher, you work longer hours, you wear multiple hats. There's tremendous room for growth. Corporation, big established corporation, probably a little bit less room for growth. You work less, probably get paid less, and you not wearing multiple hats, you're wearing one hat. Those are two very different types of careers. So that's a pace thing. That could be a purpose, pace, and people question for you right there. What do you do? An established organization or a startup? It's a thing that's commonly on my brain as well. What do you pick? That is something that for you to decide. Write your words down, answer those questions, and figure out where you want to be. So, how to assess value alignment with career opportunities? Ending off with a summary of choosing your next career is an empowering experience once you know exactly what you do and do not want to do in your next role. This allows you to align your work and with your priorities and values and avoid being swayed by money, titles, and other factors that don't bring satisfaction in and of themselves. Okay, so that's the article. Pick a career that is going to align with your values. If you're picking it just based on money and is it going to be prestigious, you may have more money, but are you going to be happy? And if you're not happy, are you going to be burned out more? And if you're burned out, are you going to do good work? And if you're not going to do good work, are you going to be stagnant? And if you're stagnant, are you going to quit? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself. But if you pick a role that is in alignment with what you actually want to do, interesting. Do you feel motivated to go to work? Do you work on projects energized? Do you love the people that you work with? Do you do your best work? And if you do you get moved up? Do you get promoted? If you get promoted, do you grow? If you grow, do you have a no ceiling situation where you just can continue to thrive in that type of career? Maybe, maybe not. That's what this article is going to say. I think that's generally common sense, though. Are there people who can pick careers that they're generally miserable with, but maybe make more money? Maybe, but they're generally miserable. And why would you want to be miserable? It is a short life we have on this planet. It is short lived. And that actually brings us perfectly. That is a beautiful segue to the word of the day. The word of the day is ephemeral. Ephemeral. And it is an adjective. It means lasting for a very short time. You have an ephemeral life on this earth. Pick the career, pick the stuff that you love to do. Lean into that stuff. In a sentence, fashions are ephemeral. Similar words are transitory, transient, fleeting, passing, short-lived, momentary. So, go think about your next career. Don't pick one based on money, title, prestige. Pick one based on your values. We have an ephemeral time on this planet. Be happy with the work that you do. You'll feel more energized. And I hope you guys will have a good rest of your day. Thank you for listening. Don't forget, if you like what you heard, hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up on this video and the notification bell so you can stay up to date on more videos and podcasts like this. I appreciate you listening. Have an amazing, wonderful rest of your day. Take it easy.